My name is Coby and I am the founder of the Film Initiative, which is basically an organization or a community of analog photographers. We have individuals, who came over by knowing what Gudak is. So they started with a phone app or something, and then, one day they just bought a film camera. Yeah, generally we do have individuals that are more experienced in shooting film and they act more of a mentor. Most of the time, digital cameras, they're just as it is, they give you a wide range of control, whereas for film, you've only got controls to your manual settings and the rest is what the film would do. You let the emotion take place. The beauty of film photography to me is I never get to see what my images look like. The magic for me is that at that point in time, I smile, I walk away. So it's a constant process. It's really a risk, a gamble between a good photo coming out and something that's gonna just be like, oh, I wasted money. I could have done better.
I'm David from the NTU Photography Club. I do shoot digital from time to time, but I shoot film for my personal use. I cannot shoot film for weddings because, as you know, weddings you need thousands of shots. I cannot have thousands of rolls of film. But for personal photos, I need one or two only. So film is just perfect. I think it's very personal. Like, we have a dark room, so we develop our own film. We print our own film, and after we keep our own film, it's not something that the camera does for you. The camera just takes a photo. Yeah, I think that's why I like shooting film a lot.
My name is Song Nian. I've been teaching at the School of Art, Design and Media for almost 6 years. I'm a practicing artist and at the same time I also lecture here in the school. Right from the start when the school was started, this course has always been positioned as one of the key and important foundation classes for photography majors. The intentional choice and decision to stick to analog actually allows students to go through a rather rigorous process in terms of having a better grasp and understanding of photography on its own. I think it's like many other types of artistic practice or how people approach their craft, commitment, dedication, discipline. These are all, I think, key factors when it comes to considering the possibility of venturing into black and white film photography.
I'm Leon, the General Manager at Riceball Photography. So this store started 14 years ago as a photography bookshop. We sold books and we also gave a lot of advice, so that lured a lot of photography enthusiasts to our shop. So we are not a typical kind of camera shop. Yeah, people come in even if they do not want to buy anything. They also come in and chit-chat. All the shops that sell film, they have a certain passion for photography. It's not a new technology thing that we just bring it in because of sales or business. It's something that you really need to understand the type of film, how to use it. We have to be knowledgeable with that, yeah, and passionate about that to start this section of business in the shop.
I'm Juhardi. I'm from DEC. I'm actually the Education's Program Manager. Yeah, so I'm in charge of HOP, which is the dark room. So DEC is short for Discovery, Engagement, Community and Knowledge. So it's basically mainly a photography gallery. Photography actually simply it means painting with light. You don't need any sort of cameras and stuff. So yeah, it's a very fun and very experimental kind of process. It's just that people don't really know because now at the age of the digital photography, it's just simply clicking and forget about it. More popular workshops it's the cyanotype, which is because it's simple and it's very fun. They kind of because it's a handcraft thing. You definitely don't need a high-end camera. You just need something like a simple idea or simple materials to actually print. So that's the whole fun part about analog.
You know, if film dies, then it'll be really sad because history would be going back maybe 10 steps. It's such a huge part of history. I don't see how it could die that easily.
I don't think it will die out. I mean, you look at vinyl, look at typewriters, you know, people thought with the age of computers, with the age of CDs, all this would disappear. But it's all coming back. Everything is coming back. I think people find it more... They find it that analog is more personal, you know, it's the experience of using analog cameras.
I think it's the excitement of what comes out after it's being processed, and the waiting time. So for myself, I like to drag my developing time. I'll just throw my negatives one side for a year, and then I'll just send all in for developing. So 1 year later, I get very excited. I can't remember what I shot. And then I see, oh, suddenly so many nice images come out.
To me, I guess if it dies, then the whole process is kind of like lost in a way, yeah. So it's very different between digital process and analog process, yeah.
It has been part of photography for the longest time, you know. So to not have access to it or to not be able to use it or do it or to rely on it, I think it's a very big pity.